Ever scroll through vacation photos, those picture-perfect getaways, and think, okay, but what's the real story?
I know that feeling.
Yeah, like what's happening just outside the frame?
Right.
Today, we're diving into a place that embodies that very question, Labadee,
Labadee.
as in Royal Caribbean's Labadee in Haiti.
Okay, yeah, I see where we're going.
You've probably seen the brochures, maybe even been there. It's often sold as this pristine paradise, a private slice of Caribbean heaven.
Definitely. The cruise ship brochures don't skimp on the turquoise water and palm trees.
Exactly. But behind those idyllic beaches, there's a way more complicated reality.
Always is.
It
Yeah.
always is. And to really untangle this one, we need to go back to 1986. Haiti was under the rule of Baby Doc Duvalier.
Right. A period, let's just say, not known for its stellar human rights record.
To put it mildly, political repression, economic hardship, the situation was dire. And that's when Royal Caribbean swoops in, strikes a deal with the Haitian government to lease 260 acres of coastline.
Prime coastline, too.
Oh, absolutely. And get this, the payment for this prime real estate, not what you'd expect.
Let me guess. Not your standard land lease agreement.
Not even close. Instead of traditional fees, Royal Caribbean agrees to this thing called a passenger fee.
Okay, and what is that exactly?
Basically, a small sum tacked onto each visitor's bill, supposedly going to the Haitian government. Sounds okay on the surface.
I can see how it sounds good, a way to directly funnel tourist dollars into the Haitian economy.
Exactly. Except there's a distinct lack of transparency. Meaning, good luck figuring out how much money that actually is, where it goes, who actually sees any of it.
So it's more complicated than just Royal Caribbean is giving Haiti money.
Way more complicated. And meanwhile, just miles inland from Labadee's luxury, many Haitians face a completely different reality.
We're talking poverty, lack of access to basic necessities, the starkest of contrasts.
Exactly. And it makes you question, is this just a business deal, or are we wading into some murky ethical waters?
Because it's not just about the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the power dynamics at play.
100%. And speaking of power dynamics, the more we dug into this, the more we realized it's not just about the land lease. Royal Caribbean's whole corporate structure adds another layer.
Oh yeah, they've got a fascinating, and some would say strategic, corporate setup.
Fascinating's one word for it. So they're incorporated in Liberia, right?
Liberia, yes.
Yeah.
And they flag their ships in the Bahamas.
Which, for anyone who's not spent their days digging into the world of maritime law,
Which is most people, thankfully.
is completely legal. It's a common tactic for these multinational companies.
Totally. But it raises huge questions about tax avoidance, about corporate responsibility, especially when you're a company profiting off a developing nation like Haiti.
It all feels very, we follow the rules, but which rules exactly?
Hmm.
And honestly, this kind of financial maneuvering has ripple effects. It's bigger than just one cruise line. It impacts global economics, labor practices. It's a whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the system we're talking about here.
Okay, so back to Haiti. Royal Caribbean often touts job creation as a benefit of their presence in Labadee.
Right. They highlight that Haitian workers are part of their operation.
And they do employ Haitian workers, primarily in service roles within the resort. But
But there's a but.
there's always a but. Reports indicate a heavy reliance on foreign labor.
Yeah, workers are being brought in from other countries.
Places like Indonesia, the Philippines, we're talking thousands of miles away.
Which, again, is legal, but when you have a country like Haiti struggling with unemployment, it just feels off.
It's like, are you really benefiting the local economy if you're flying in your workforce from across the globe?
Exactly. And it's not just the distance, right? You have to consider the potential reasons behind this choice.
Like maybe it's cheaper to pay workers from those countries.
That's definitely a factor. Then there are language barriers. English is the dominant language in the tourism industry. And look, we're not saying Royal Caribbean's doing anything illegal, but it makes you question how much of this is about genuinely benefiting Haitians and how much is about, I don't know, optics. Being able to say they're creating jobs.
Right, ticking a box. And that question of genuine benefit becomes even more important when you consider what's happening in Haiti right now.
And it's a grim picture.
It is. Gang violence, political instability, food shortages. Haiti is facing an incredibly difficult reality.
Yeah, and that's putting it mildly.
It's a full-blown crisis. And it adds this whole other layer of complexity to the Labadee situation.
Because how can a company ethically operate a luxury resort in a country going through such turmoil.
Right, and profit from it.
Exactly. And again, there are arguments on both sides. Some say even with its flaws, Labadee provides much-needed income. Others say it's exploitation, plain and simple.
And this is where things get really tricky, because there's no easy answer.
Definitely not. And we're not here to tell you what to think or offer some magic solution. This is a complex issue with a long history and a lot of factors at play.
What we can do, what we always try to do, is encourage critical thinking.
Right, to look beyond those glossy brochures, to think about the choices we make as travelers, as consumers,
Because every dollar we spend is a vote.
and understanding where your money's going, who it's impacting, that's crucial.
So yeah, Labadee, it's more than just a beach. It's a microcosm of this whole tangled web of globalization, power imbalances, ethical dilemmas.
It's a case study in the complexities of the world we live in.
Exactly. So next time you see that picture-perfect vacation spot, remember there's always more to the story.
Always dig a little deeper. Ask the tough questions.
Because sometimes uncovering that hidden narrative, confronting those uncomfortable truths, that's the first step towards making more responsible choices.
Absolutely. And who knows, it might even lead to a better world.
One vacation destination at a time.